there, ladies and gents, it is I, Mr. Emo Raccoon, and I'm making a video today that I didn't necessarily think I was going to be making, but I do feel it's important to bring your guys' attention to this if you are an Xbox gamer and or, of course, use Microsoft Xbox products for any sort, whether that be, just streaming content, watching movies, whatever. If you just use an Xbox console in general, you're going to want to pay attention to this because, unfortunately, it would seem that the Xbox suspension / ban exploit that was going around about a year ago, where someone could basically just remotely execute your account and put you into the shadow ban realm, unfortunately, it would seem that that exploit is back. Now, unfortunately, this evidence is coming to us from a prominent YouTuber in the community of GTA Online by the name of GhillieMaster, as he was doing a live stream last night at around 10 p.m., and around 2 hours into the live stream, he ended up getting a notice of Xbox enforcement message on his screen.
Huh?
Now, this perplexed him at the time because he had not done anything to provoke this ban under any circumstance. He had not messaged any other players, had not communicated in game chat at all, and at least according to him, has not communicated in game chat for years, if anything. He never said anything to another player. He never did anything that would necessarily cause this type of suspension, so it automatically struck him as confusing. Now, he ended up posting a video about an hour ago that more or less will go into detail about his side of the story, and I very much do encourage you to watch his full video. But I also wanted to kind of talk about it as well because I have a similar experience with this, that it may have been an actual suspension, but unfortunately I'm not completely sure because of the way Xbox has been handling stuff. Now, one thing that did happen with this suspension that GhillieMaster did kind of go into detail about is the fact that there was no reason given for any of these suspensions, and that perplexed me for a couple reasons. Not only just because of the fact that it would automatically mean this is targeted, because that's what happened the last time this came around about a year ago where people were doing this. They were able to give out suspension notifications with no reason whatsoever other than just, you broke the guidelines, you must be punished for it. But it made me think about something here. So this screenshot that I'm showing you right now on screen is the exact same one. And of course you can say, well, that's of course just because it's an automated message, but again, it says that the reason in quote is due to something around my email address, which that doesn't make any sense because why would my email address necessarily be a problem? An email address doesn't mean anything. Of course, you could also say that the reason that they're mentioning that is because you might have done something outside of Xbox that may or may not provoke a ban, but why would Xbox care what I do outside of it? It's not like I'm a prominent YouTuber on a different platform, doing something maybe fishy on, let's say, for example, like I'm a big YouTuber doing something on Snapchat that may or may not be considered appropriate, and then I get like my account terminated. Since when does Xbox care about something like that? That just doesn't make any sense to me. But there's another part of this email that honestly gets on my nerves, and it's the part at the bottom of this email that actually says the following: do not contact Microsoft support. Agents cannot give details of the violation or modify its consequences. Okay, let's stop for a second. I can understand not being able to modify the consequences because if you are punished, fine, fair enough. But what do you mean that we cannot give details of the violation, especially when the violation is not correctly stated? It just says you're suspended. And you might say to yourself, well, then if it's such a big deal to you, then just go to your enforcement history and you can see it. Well, unfortunately, the enforcement history is down. This is a screenshot that I actually took of my own enforcement history at this moment, currently at 4:18 in the morning, and it's down. You can't see past suspensions, you can't see current suspensions, and you can't see, expired suspensions either. Not only that, but GhillieMaster also had the same fate. He has in his video, you can't see these suspensions whatsoever, so he can't even figure out what these suspensions were. Not only that, but the first two suspensions that he ended up getting were basically, again, around the same time within 2 hours of the live stream, and he actually ended up posting a couple tweets on Twitter that more or less said he got 2 more within the span of that time. Basically meaning that he got 2 more suspensions with an already suspended account. Let me reiterate that. 2 more suspensions while he's already suspended kind of seems a little fishy in my opinion. But unfortunately, there's no real evidence to kind of support that, but it does kind of seem a little bit suspicious. But why would I say there's no evidence to support that? Well, let me actually explain. It was actually proven by another person who, while they are not on the Xbox enforcement team, they do take Xbox enforcement very seriously, by another YouTuber by the name of Sacramento Love. Now, they have a YouTube channel with around 50,000 subscribers, and their entire goal is just to get people who are violating the terms of service banned off of Xbox. Some people do it in obvious ways, some people do it in non-obvious ways, and some people don't care if they get banned. But he makes videos about the same thing. And about a week ago, he posted a video that said Xbox ban glitch. And I watched the whole video, and as you can also see from that video, that will of course be linked in the description, highly encourage you to go check out that video. You'll also notice that in that same video, his account was also suspended, but he couldn't get back into his account. Now, my suspension of course only lasted 2 days. I didn't have to worry about it as much, and I could still play online. I just couldn't join parties, couldn't do anything like that. It was more or less a minor comm ban, but I was never given a reason, and I couldn't find where like the comm ban would have taken place. But with that being said, what would you do if you need to prevent yourself from this happening, if it's, possibly going around as a targeted thing? Well, the first thing and the most obvious thing is you might just want to stay off Xbox for a while. I mean, hell, me making this video is probably going to make me a target of some variety, and if I lose my account, well, I guess that's the end of my account. But if you want to actually protect yourself from this, the first thing that you should obviously do, which is probably going to be the hardest for a lot of us, is just stay off of Xbox until this is 100% confirmed to be fixed. The obvious one, again, if you kind of just can't avoid it and you need to play, well, there's no need to play, but if you just want to play a whole lot more, you don't really care about this, don't join parties from random people, don't interact with messages from anybody else, and just don't do anything with people that you don't know on Xbox, because that is the highest probability and or likelihood that people can grab your Xbox ID, they can grab your IP, they can do whatever they want by means of, getting into a party and or messaging them. So if you see any messages from anyone, don't interact with them. You see any kind of party invites, don't interact with them, especially if they're from people you don't know. Basically play with your trusted group of people. Hell, I wouldn't even trust actually, going out and trying to find people through looking for group posts, because you never know what people can do on Xbox. And unfortunately, that's all the information I've really got for you right now. If any more information does become available, I'll try to update the comment section, let people know, and or do community post, or if I have to, I'll make another video. But until then, just please be safe while you're gaming on Xbox, and of course, be safe on the internet for any means. But until then, thank you guys very much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Do all the generic crap the YouTube stages at the end of every single video here on YouTube, and I, Mr. Emo Raccoon, will see you guys next time. Peace.